Hello, and welcome to a very special offering of the Hermit Lab. My name is Marge. I'm so glad that you found this. Today is super special because it is my 100th offering that I'm putting in the Hermit Lab. I'm so excited to share this with you. So today in the Hermit Lab is called Power Vinyasa 47, the Reprise. The first class that I put in the Hermit Lab was a Power Vinyasa 47 minutes based off the JIP Baptiste sequence, and so I'm giving you another class of the same style. Hello, and there she is. And we are here for the 100th practice. My heart is so full. Hi, Marge. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so pumped to bring you Power Vinyasa, 47 minutes, a lot of my favorite stuff. We'll get started in child's pose. Arrive. So yes, this particular class is loosely structured on the Journey into Power Baron Baptiste sequence. I do a lot of shifting around, making it my own. Make it your own as well. Yeah, that's the whole point. Roll up through tabletop, walk your hands forward, and take a puppy pose. Like face down, ass up. That's what it should feel like. For a little bit more, your chin will be down on the ground. For a little less, your forehead. But give yourself a huge cracked out opening right here at the beginning. And then rise yourself up, straighten your legs. Start to slowly lift the chest up, greeting another back bend here as we kind of shimmy our way down through center, and then right away peel yourself back up. Find kind of a very lazy up dog. Open your chest, let your thighs be heavy, then tuck your toes, pass through a tabletop to your first downward facing dog. If you've chosen the playlist for today, it's a lot of bangers, at least for me, so I hope you enjoy it. Just hit play and ride that wave. Yeah, there's a shimmy, there's a shake, pedaling, and a big breath in and out. Eyes forward. Lead with your heels. Make your way to a ragdoll at the top of your space. Get a little length and then soften into it. Yeah, soften your knees. Bounce it around. You can let your arms go heavy or find elbows. Got a nice little neck crack there. You're going to see me jamming out to a lot of this music. Softly roll yourself up. Bring your shoulders up to your ears as you arrive in Tadasana, arms by your side. Sweep the arms up overhead, maybe a little back bend. And gather hands to heart center. Check in with yourself, how you got here. Big breath in, open your mouth. Arms by your side, Tadasana, be seen, and here we go. Arms reach up, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold, drop your chin. Halfway lift, long spine. Plant your hand, step back, right foot and left foot to a high plank. Inhale to shift forward, drop the knees, lower all the way down to the front body, point the feet. Right away, we'll press up to a tall cobra, lift the heart. And then same, tuck your toes, knit through a tabletop to down dog. You get one breath in and one breath out. Eyes forward, step right foot, left foot, halfway lift, forward fold into yourself. Rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, left foot and right foot this time to plank. Shift forward, come to your knees, take knees, chest, chin down to the ground. And then slurp it through another tall cobra or up dog. Come back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Eyes forward, left foot and right foot, halfway lift, forward fold. Rise all the way up, tall mountain. Yeah, go back. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hand, step back, right foot, left foot, drop to the knees. First chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog you land. Breath in. Breath out. Look forward, step right foot, left foot, halfway lift. Forward fold. One more sunny. Come all the way up. Go back. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step back, left foot, right foot. First chaturanga. Upward facing fill. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Step left foot and right foot. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Sit low, bend the knees, chair pose. Take a little back bend here. Spread your arms out nice and wide and then fold right away because I don't like chair. Halfway lift, chaturanga. First jump back to your up dog, wide open. Downward facing dog. All right, here's my favorite. Right foot forward, warrior one. Take your arms up. Stay for an exhale just to gather yourself. One more big breath up. Leave your right foot where it is. Plant the hands. Think chaturanga in lizard pose. And then drop the knee. Think up dog in lizard. And then as you step back, right foot goes back to down dog. Let's go left side. Left foot forward. Warrior one. Arms up. Take an exhale to settle. Another big breath in and then leave the foot where it is. Back heel will spin high. Plant the hands on the inside and then think chaturanga. Think up dog. And then step it back, downward facing dog. Feel free to use this or ditch it. Look forward. We jump to the top. Halfway lift and bow. Again, chair pose. One breath. Look back. Forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga flow. Up dog. Down dog. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Breath up. Hands to the floor, lizard chaturanga. Lizard up dog. 2 feet back, down dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Ground down, grow up. Leave the foot, plant the hands, lizard chaturanga. Lizard up dog. Both feet back, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Let's move on. Sweep your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Bend and wrap it around you. I like a good twist here in the shoulder and then a dropping of the left elbow. Try to kick myself in the bun a couple of times. And then I open up at the hip, re-extend the leg up toward the ceiling. Take a look underneath the armpit, more of a straddle. Then return it back behind me. Try to kick that bun one more time. Knee into your chest. Put your right knee down, right hand forward. Take a supported side plank. Top arm reaches far overhead. And then pull it back. Take a cactus open in the chest. Re-extend the arm forward and then circle your way to a cat pose. Round it in. Look up for a cow. Moo to the sky. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, bends and opens. If you like the twist, enjoy it or drop the elbow down. Try to get yourself in the bun or the butt. Good. And then there's this little change in the hip as you swivel it to a straddle, peek underneath the left shoulder. Really funky way to confuse your balance. Take it back behind you one more time. And return, knee into your chest, knee down to the ground. Move your left hand forward a bit and then open up, side plank, right arm overhead. Pull the elbow back for a little cactus stretch. Reach the arm overhead and then circle your way into cat pose. Round it out. Inhale, look up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg high. Knee into your nose, step forward, crescent lunge. Inhale the arms up. Big circle of the arms back behind you, and then take your hands down to the inside. Drop your back knee. Take a lizard here. Reach around, find your foot. If you find it, kick it away from you. Lean back. This is in lieu of revolved crescent lunge. Release the foot, circle the arm up, change yourself to the back of your mat, Skandasana over the left leg. If you have a comfortable seat, you can find the ankle and then reach the top arm overhead for the front foot. Resit yourself back up. Situate back to the top of the mat for an active lunge. Right arm reaches back. To rise yourself up, land in warrior two. Roll the shoulders up and then soften them down the back. Flip it and reverse it. Go away. Extended side angle, come forward. I went hands straight to the inside of the foot, top arm. What a nice slice, Marge. Stay right here, or I'm going to super soldier. Left hand down, snuggle the right shoulder underneath the right knee. Scoot the back foot forward, catch it with the right hand. Think foot to butt, knee to sky. Help yourself out for balance by keeping your eyes to the ground. Now you can stay here, or I'm going to take a little puppy press up to a tuck handstand. So in doing so, I have to lose the foot, hands down, peel my right foot off the floor, bring the knees together, and hold. We'll meet for a lizard chaturanga. Right foot to the outside of the hand, ride it through. Up dog lizard, 2 feet back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale your left leg high, knee into your nose. We step forward, crescent lunge. Arms up and continue your wings back, big circle back behind you. Plant the hands, drop the knee, open up, revolved lizard in a kind of a sloppy, luscious way. Catch the foot, lean back. Release your foot. Swivel your way to Skandasana at the back of your mat. Now bending into your right leg. Left leg will go straight. If you can find the ankle and you're sitting comfortably, up and over you dive back to the top. And we rise ourselves up. Turn back to the top of the mat. Crawl yourself forward. Find that low lunge. Left arm reaches back. Reach right arm forward and up. You land warrior two. Roll the shoulders up. Sit yourself down. Flip and reverse. Go all the way back. Extended side angle, come forward. You're so much more than welcome to stay right here and enjoy your own playground that is side angle, or join me for super soldier. Right hand will come down, getting left shoulder behind the left knee. I split the weight between my foot and my hand. Find the foot to butt, knee to sky. If this is new and you're crushing it, stay right here or try to join me for some handstand hops or a little side press. Catch a little tuck. Eyes right there down to the ground. Keep pushing your shoulders up to your ears. And we'll meet left foot by the hand. Send your right foot back. Take a lizard chaturanga. Up lizard. Upward facing lizard. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Open your mouth. Let it go. Look forward. Jump. Ooh, I caught a tuck jump. I forgot about this. And then I was like, well, I'm here. I might as well extend. We're going to meet in a forward fold. Feet right behind your wrists. Halfway lift and bow. We'll visit king chair. It just means whoop, whoop. Your feet are wider than normal. Go ahead and twerk your left hand down, your right arm high. So you could twerk it out here. I'm going to take this funky compass thing. I'm going to pop the left heel, left shoulder right underneath, plant the hand, find the top of the foot with the right arm, and then sit on my left arm a little bit as I sit the seat down, twist underneath. It's a variation on a chair twist. If that's where you're at, keep wringing it out. That's where you at. And then we forward fold, let it go. Padangustasana. Find your peace fingers around your big toes and drop into yourself. Wiggle it around. Straight or bent legs. And I like to stick my elbows on the inside of my shins here. It gives me something kind of funky in the upper back. Halfway lift, extend. Release your bind and fold. King chair. Sit down, rise up. Please go to work your right hand down. Stay right here. Or I'm going to now pop the right knee, go underneath. It's like I'm replacing my foot with my hand. Find the little compass leg. And then, sit on your slightly bent right arm as you twist over to the left. And return. Halfway lift, like you're going to give the floor a high five. And then step onto your feet, Padahastasana. Bow into yourself. And I like to spin the elbow creases forward and then bend the elbows toward the shins, like little T-Rex arms. It's a really nice stretch for the wrists. Shake out. Whatever needs shaken. Look forward, halfway lift. So this is where we crow. You're welcome to crow. I don't like crow, unpopular opinion, so I'm going to handstand. You want to take some handstand hops with me, frog jumps, whatever it is. If you love crow, don't let me take that away from you. We are going to meet in a forward fold and land. Nice. Halfway lift and bow. We rise all the way up tall. Taking eagle on the right side, but a little differently here. Right arm under, right foot crosses, and then, there was a nice little butt tuck there. Push both feet down into the ground, zip everything up. It's a weird balance, and I kind of love it. Take your eyes high, your elbows, your hands high, and then change. Untangle. 2 feet down, 2 arms up, left arm under, left foot up and over. Find pinky side edges of your toes touching. Yes, and then squeeze your cheeks underneath you. Take it up, and if it feels kind of sturdy, you might even go back a little bit. 2 feet down, 2 arms up. And left hand to your hip. Go for your right heel, and then take a heel stretch out to the side. Take your left arm up, and for some reason, I just have to do like the cheerleader fist here. It just feels so right. And then bring your leg forward, 2 arms up, straighten the legs, send it back behind you for a brief airplane Dekasana. Hands to your heart. We take half moon. Left fingertips down, right arm rises. Stay here or go for Chopasana, finding the foot. And I've been playing with an overhead bind here for some time now, trying to get it just up and over. And then slowly release, forward fold. Halfway lift. Just bow. Soften and rise all the way up tall mountain. Take other side. So right hand to your hip. Find your left heel. Stay here. Extend it out to the side. Right arm out tall. Feel free to make a fist. Just a variation on Utthita. Take the leg forward, leave the heel lifted, and then swoosh it back behind you. Airplane up dog in the chest. Hands to your heart, and then Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Plug it down, lift it up. Back leg rises. Feel free to find it, grab it, and chop it. Or I took an overhead, and I just kind of lost it at the very end. So we forward fold. Halfway lift. Bow. Rise all the way up. Let's visit dancer pose. Leave your left arm high, right hand by your side. Find the inner arch. And then I love taking the top hand to the heart, like I pledge allegiance to this dancer. Kick up and back. A little bit of a different balancing point. Release, try the other side. Find your left foot, right hand to your chest. I pledge allegiance to kicking up and leaving my torso lifted. And release. Top of your mat. Open up. Beautiful. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then wash it away. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, up dog, to Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Let's breathe in and out. Moving into the grounding series, kind of. Right foot forward, clamp down onto your shin, and then circle left arm up and let that open you up to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach for the ceiling. Go up more than you go down. And then another invitation to cactus and twist open the chest. Reach the fingers overhead. Leave the feet as they are. 2 hands down. Start to walk yourself over to 9 o'clock like Prasarita. Right hand down, left arm high. And then you see how twisted my hips are here? Like, give the heck into this groin stretch that wants to happen. You can half bind around yourself, shoving your right hip crease back. Let it feel awesome. And then as you untangle the top arm down, turn the toes in. Halfway lift and fold, wide-legged forward fold. Hang out in variation A, B, XYZ, anything of your choice. I'm going to go up into a straddle tripod headstand to do some like jellyfish legs, looks like. And if you're up, we end up toes slowly back on the floor. Halfway lift yourself with a breath. Swivel to a pyramid at the top of your mat. I like fingers forward, fingertips tented. You have like a really long stance. Drop your nose to your knee. Squish your nose. Halfway lift. Return to a lizard plank, 2 hands on the inside of your knee. Drop your back knee. Inhale, look up, think cow. And then press out, round out. Keep your front knee bent. Squeeze it into your shoulder. Second time, inhale, drop the hips, look up. As you round out, extend the front leg. Last one, come forward, inhale, rise. 3-legged dog, send the right leg all the way back behind you. Walk your hands back a couple of steps. Stay here or handstand hops 3 times. Here's a 1. Here's a 2. Last one, we try and hold. Hang out here, or I'm gonna connect and slide the leg up to a little bit of a cross-legged suck up. And return yourself down, back to standing, right knee up into your chest. Try not to touch the foot down. Take tree pose, Vrikshasana. Foot into leg, leg into foot. Hands can start at heart. And then I like to go hand to knee, left hand to shoulder. Reminds me to just like peel open in the front, push down and out, express. 2 feet down, rebound your arms up, tall mountain, back of your mat. Forward fold into yourself. Look forward for a challenge. Jump yourself into chaturanga and catch it. Nice. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Let's try other side. Left foot forward. We're coming up to triangle. Clamp down. Open up in front of you and then over to the ceiling. Going up, 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 up. And then maybe a little back. Cactus the arm. Nice. And then reach the right arm overhead. Look for the ground. 2 hands now on the inside. Try to leave your legs as they are unless that does not agree with your knee. Left hand down. Right arm peels all the way back behind you. Giving yourself a big funky twist. You can half bind. Send your hips back even more. Get as far away from the bottom hand as possible. Return your top arm down to the ground. Turn all the toes in. Halfway lift. Second wide-legged fold. I went for a bind around the feet. Feel free to catch something behind your back. Yeah, soft knees. Shake out the head. Use your core to pull yourself deeper. And then I was like, well, I'm here. So I took a forearm straddle variation just to try on the same squiggly legs that I did in my tripod. Enjoy whatever decision you're in this wide-legged forward fold. That's why I love this practice so much. We can all come from the same place and go so batshit crazy that nobody in the room ever looks like anyone else. Halfway lift. Swivel yourself to pyramid at the top of your mat over your left foot. Oh, find long fingers. Long, long, long lines. Look forward. Find your lizard plank on the inside. We'll do those same kind of lizards, cats, and cows here. Drop the knee, inhale, look up. And then as you round out, keep the front knee bent. Ooh. Again, drop the knee, inhale, look up, look back behind you. This time, round away, straighten the front leg. One more time. Come forward, drop the knee, inhale, look up. Press and send your left leg all the way back, 3-legged dog. Walk your hands back about halfway. You can choose to stay here or come up and down with me thrice. We have a 1 and a 2. Last one we hold. Yes. And there's that same sliding up the leg, finding a cross-angled lock. That's just such a nice upward sucking for any inversion that you take. And return the right foot down if it left the floor. Keep the left foot up as you walk yourself back. We'll end up in tree pose. Take your time. Foot connects to the inside of the leg anywhere but the knee, hands at your heart, and then peel yourself open from here. Hand to shoulder, hand to knee, open front body without losing your back body. Yep, pelvis neutral. Last thing on our feet. Goodbye. Stand all the way up and then salute it. Yes. Beautiful. Look forward. Here we go. 1 and a 2. Ready, set, jump, chaturanga. Land it. Good. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Send it back. Breath in. Roll forward. High plank. And lower all the way down to your front body. Release your feet. Take the backs of your hands to your lower back. Let your elbows kind of flop down to the ground. Just a really soft internal rotation of the shoulders. Change your cheeks. Belly back bends. Going to take it pretty chill. Start off with Sphinx, please. Come up to your forearms, just a little more forward than your shoulders. Your legs can be as wide as feels right. And then kind of everything's up to you from here. Yeah, swiveling the neck around, staying as you are, or engaging butt and legs, and then lifting the elbows up for a tall, I've heard this called seal pose. Pull the elbows back like you're coiling your spine up and back behind you by pulling rather than pushing. That makes sense? And then roll yourself back down. Plant your hands. Find upward facing dog. Spread the chest. Downward facing dog. Take it back. Look forward. Come to your knees for 1 round of Ustrasana, camel posture. I slid my hands down my thighs, kind of snuggling them into the knee pits. Wherever you are, keep pushing hips forward, heart up, and head off. Ease yourself out. Have a seat on your feet, knees go wide. Get your butt underneath you, and then take yourself back as far as feels right. Forearms to your back. For saddle pose, just opening up the quads. Got a little neck crack there. Arms can go overhead if that's comfortable. As easy as possible, help your way back up bit by bit. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back about halfway, spread the hands wide, dangle one leg, kick it through, catch a little air, come to a seat. Roll down to your back. We'll take a bridge pose. I'm going to go straight away to the butt platter, hands flat right underneath the sacrum, using my triceps, digging down, joint stacking. Yeah, getting a little bit of an extra press here. It's so nice. Lower down. If you're with me for wheel, now's the time. Plant your hands. Press down, rise up. Yeah, enjoy your back bends here. You can walk your feet in. You could come up to the base of your knuckles. I like that. Gives you another extra inch or so. And then I stood up. Got me one little drop back here. I chose to go arms down and out just because it feels so much better. Slowing the descent, catch that wheel pose. Opportunity to lift up one more time. Try fingertips, toe tips like you're hovering. You might just get blown away in the breeze if one comes by. Be done with it. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees apart. Yeah, take care of your wrists if that was a lot. one at a time. I like to do kind of this downward folding of the wrist, get a little crack, yeah, and then make fists, roll them around. And there's a nice little neck crack in there too. Good Lord, just cracks all over the place. Take a moment to rest. Now, in the JIP sequence, this is where the abs come in. I'm sorry, I've been doing abs my whole life, and I just don't want to do them anymore. And after back bends, I just feel so done. So we're at the beginning of our kind of stretching sequence. I hope that's okay with you. Because it's not like everything else that we're doing doesn't work our core. Find your feet for a happy baby if that feels good, or keep it still. You can find your inner arches, or I like to grab the heels, straighten the legs out. Try to keep the lower back on the floor. Nice, hug knees into your chest. We'll rock and roll. If you want to get stuck back there, that might feel nice. Make your way to your resting half pigeon variation on the right side. So I went straight into it from a seat. If you're comfortable down there on your back, you want to take that, figure 4. Find a tall spine and then walk yourself forward and land. Yeah, it's like I love this practice so much, and I know this sequence, the original sequence, so well, and yet sometimes it comes across as if I've changed everything. But it all starts and it comes from this really sturdy backbone. And I just riff and I riff and I riff and I make it fit me. And this is what fitting me looks like. Doesn't and shouldn't be what fitting you looks like. And that's why sharing this stuff is so important. Come on up. Fall to your right hip, turn to the left side of your mat for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Feet together, knees apart. We're just going to kind of make a little journey. Stay lifted or fold yourself. Now that's why I always encourage in my classes your own expression all the time. Sometimes I've recently been saying take a variation that feels like it's gone so far away from the original pose that you almost feel like you need to pause and explain yourself to me or justify it. And the good thing is that there's no need for that. Yeah, come on up. Change to the back of your mat for resting half pigeon over the left leg. Yeah, get the length behind you, length above you, and then bring it forward. For example, if super soldier into a puppy press handstand makes sense to me from extended side angle, then I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I can't. Sorry, not sorry. We all have different abilities, different bodies, nursing different injuries, different energies, emotional beings. Yeah, what we're available for on any given day. I do not look like this every day. So enjoy whatever shows up on your mat at any and all times, because it's just a magnified expression of yourself. Rise up, change again to that long side of your mat. Take a wide-legged forward fold. You can, again, wide and fold are relative terms. If you're pancaking, think belly button, chest, then chin. I come from such a big mishmash of movement disciplines, and so rather than try to box them all up, I've just stopped fighting it. Come on up to a tall seat, swing your left leg forward, Janu Shirshasana. Bend your right knee in, open up at the hip, foot to thigh. Arms tall, square up over the left leg, and fold. You might even feel a little twisty here, and I opted for a pointed foot. Can't forget all those toe cracks, though. Come on up. Close the right hip, cross the leg over, and find Gomukhasana, cow face legs. You can hands to feet and kind of get the stuff beneath you. Stretch your left arm high, cross it over, and take a twist. I went fists, kind of peering over the right shoulder. It's on a bit of a diagonal. Use your elbow into your knee to get a little bit more twist. And gently untangle yourself. Send your right leg long, left knee out to the side, Janushirshasana. Reach up, dive over the straight leg. Maybe a little extra boost. I'm always like pushing myself and like grabbing myself with my hands and moving around. Enjoy your fold and enjoy your breath. Nice, rise on up. And take cow face legs, left knee over. Try to get the hips beneath you, and this time we'll take right arm high, elbow crosses over the left knee. You can go hands at prayer or take fists, twist around yourself. Eyes forward. Untangle everything. Send the legs long for Paschimottanasana. Inhale the arms up. Walk the hips back. Let's take a little moment here. Hook your thumbs. A little bit of a back dive. And then bring all that length forward with you as you fold into yourself. Fold into yourself. God, I love when people say that. I really heard that at one point. Folding into yourself. That's all we're doing here. Folding in and expressing out. What more could we want? Rise up to a seat. All right, friends. We've got either frog pose or middle splits. Your choice. I'm going to take middle splits here. If you've got a comfortable frog, it's essentially middle splits with bent legs. If you're taking frog, you know the drill, 90-degree angles, knees come out from your hips, heels straight back behind your knees, and then feet flexed out like little frog legs. And please don't suffer through like a frog forearm plank like shape that sucks. Even if your hips are high, you might be able to offer your chest down, or you're at home, right? You can grab pillows, stuff a block underneath your chest, or even underneath your pubic bone. That's nice. I've been loving on this pose more and more as teachers call it in class. I think one time I even went like, yes, under my breath. And I was like, oh my gosh, calm down. Take one more breath in and out. And then design your way out of this. Take your time to reset. You can either take a reverse tabletop, or if you're feeling wild, this is a great time to take another wheel pose. So if you're with me, roll down, plant your hands. Everybody open up the front body. Yeah, open up the front of your hips. And we'll meet all the way down on the ground again. Take another Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. We're coming up to our inversion of choice. If you like the shoulder stand series, feel free to take that. I'm going to come into classical bound headstand. If you're with me, rock and roll forward and back. Find your bounded hands. Pike press yourself up. Yeah, wherever you are, just getting legs up into the air. Legs at the wall. Shoulder stands, you'll eventually go plow to deaf man to fish if you like. Or if you're near a bed or a couch, you can throw your knee pits up on there. That feels nice. If you're comfortable here in classical bound headstand, you can consider slicing down halfway to a piked position. And if that's working for you, go dip your toes on your mat and send the legs all the way back up one more time. And we'll slowly lower down to a child's pose. Nice and easy, exactly the same way we came up. Spread the knees, sit back, and I like here hands behind the head, just giving the forehead a bit of an extra shmoosh. We'll meet on our back, so if you're down there, no worries, we're coming. Child's poses, rise yourself up, make your way through to your seat, maybe catch a little air, and lower all the way down to your back. Let's all float all the limbs up, legs and arms, twirl out ankles and wrists and hands and elbows and get wafty. I think I started shaking a little bit here. Oh yeah, there she goes. Chugga, 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 chugga. Like really rubbery at the wrist. It's like shaking your meat off of your bones. And then here we go, boing, boing with the heels. I think there are 8 of these, just right and left, flinging the feet down. And then little soft punches to the chest, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. And then we'll go everything all together 8 times. 8, 7, boing, boing, 4, really, punch it. 2, last one, burn. And extend everything up, catch another happy baby here. Rock it side to side, ease in the neck, yeah, right and left. Really pushing your head down the back of your skull. Plant your feet, lift your hips up, shake them. Set the hips over to the right, let your knees drop to the left for a supine twist. Help yourself twist by pushing your thigh away from you, encouraging your eyes over your right shoulder. Slowing, winding down. Back to center, shake out the hips again. Send them over to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Twisting out what you don't need, leaving behind any stories or thoughts or judgments that got stuck along the way. We do not need to bring that shit with us. Come back to center. Give yourself another shake, 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 like a washing machine. Chugga, 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 chugga. And then enjoy this. Press your hands into the tops of your thighs. Get length down the back of your waist. You can let your shoulders shrug up here. And just as slowly release that. Send the legs long. Option to keep your arms by your sides. Try on some heel rocks here, just pushing with the heels. It's the only action. It's going to reverb your whole body. And then drop it. You might try on hands at your belly, creating a nice comforting weight and heat and a connection, completing the circuit. Before you get too comfortable, rock your head a little bit side to side. And then take your hands to your head proper. And if you've got your hair tied up, this would be a nice time to take it down. And use fingertips to dig around in the scalp, down the temples. And get the hair out of the way. Freedom, right from the roots of your hair even. And then let your hands and your arms rest. As you are, take one more big breath in. Empty it out. And please just be yourself. Shavasana. Make your way back to fingers and toes, and the back of your head from ear to ear. Take a full body stretch. Reach long from fingertips to toe tips, and then fall over onto your favorite side. Let it feel good and right and familiar. As you're ready, come on up to a seat. Shoulders dropping, ear tips lifting, anchors heavy. Hands at your heart, and just acknowledge yourself for getting here, being here. Take a big breath in and then let it out. Thumb knuckles to third eye center. Enjoy being yourself and take a bow. Nice job, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm so excited. Mwah, mwah. I love being here and serving you guys. I hope you choose to join me in the Hermit Lab. I've got a special offer for you. Thank you so much again for being here for my 100th offering. I'd like to let you know there's a promo code right now, HERMIHITS100, for $10 off of your first month. There are only 10 redemptions total, so go check it out. Find my website. All the information is there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.